Lizzie McGuire movie has a special place in my heart. Not only did I see it and believe I can do anything and be anyone that I wanted to be, but I also stole this movie from my best friend, and between you and me, I have no idea where it is now. Sorry, bestie. That being said, the movie's kind of crazy when you remember that Liz is an 8th grader and not a senior in high school. She's just going into high school, which makes my 8th grade trip to New York seem really lame now. Hi, my name is Faith, and today I'm going to be talking about the Lizzie McGuire movie. As someone who loved Lizzie McGuire as a kid. I mean, I had Lizzie McGuire merch all over the place. And before I really get into it, I want to take a moment to just talk about Robert Carradine. He is the actor who played Lizzie's dad, and if you don't know, he passed away recently. I just wanted to say that he was an amazing TV dad, and he was part of what made the show so great. His portrayal of Lizzie's dad was just so comforting. And when he said he was proud of Lizzie, it almost felt like he was proud of you too. So I just wanted to take a moment to remember him. The beginning of the movie starts off with a plot point that is concerning. The little brother Matt is trying to get embarrassing footage of her to blackmail her with, which I think is a very interesting plot point. This is reoccurring throughout the movie. He drives a little toy car in her room while she's changing for graduation. So that's concerning. This kid needs to learn his boundaries. We then get a cute little scene of Hilary Duff lip syncing to The Tide is High by Atomic Kitten. It's the reason I'm wearing this hat, you know. Every girl wants you to be her man. She's doing her thing, singing and dancing in her room, and Matt is getting all of it. He also captures her getting twisted into shower curtains and falling down into the bathtub, which solidifies the point that we need to know. Lizzie McGuire is clumsy. See, if I was Lizzie and my little brother was trying to blackmail me that often, this would be me.
Hey everybody, today my brother pushed me, so I'm starting a Kickstarter to put him down. The benefits of killing him would be I would get pushed way less.
We also meet animated Lizzie, who is Lizzie's little voice in her head. After graduation, her parents are being good parents. Her mom is talking about how she is going on a little 2-week trip to Rome without her. She meets her best friend Gordo there, and he reminds the audience why Lizzie's other best friend Miranda isn't there.
She's in Mexico City.
She's in Mexico City. Apparently, the actress Lelaine, who played Miranda, left the show to work on other Disney projects, so she wasn't in the last episodes of the show or the movie. Before this video, she's in Mexico City.
She's in Mexico City.
Anyway, then the villain of the show, Kate, shows up and says her iconic line to Lizzie.
Only you would think that you could hide that powder blue, puffy-sleeved, it's kind of a peasant dress, but it might just be a baggy disaster of questionable fiber content that you wore to the spring dance. Lizzie McGuire, you are an outfit repeater.
Kate would have been the one to be embarrassed if this was in 2026 because fast fashion is kind of more embarrassing than repeatedly wearing your clothes, so... Animated Lizzie also brings up the fact that remembering what someone else is wearing is kind of lame too, so I agree with this. Then Lizzie's teacher calls her up and is like, hey, so the president of the class has Ebola or a cold or something. Literally something he says. The vice president isn't graduating, so you, Lizzie McGuire, the secretary treasurer, would deliver this speech that you have not prepared for in the next 3 seconds. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Like, of course, something embarrassing happens. I feel like this is just the first example of the adults in this movie failing the children. She ends up tripping and knocking down the curtain behind all the kids. This embarrassing moment was captured by her brother, of course, who had a camera strapped to his hand the entire time. Unfortunate, but like I said, what do you expect? They gave her no time. I would have said, fuck you, peace out, but like, good on her for trying. We skip to them going to the airport for Lizzie's trip. It's also revealed that Matt sent this footage to GMA. We then meet Miss Ungermeyer, who is the kid's new principal, and she is the only chaperone on this trip, which is like, yeah, of course, one of the kids is gonna do something stupid. When we went to New York, we had like 4 or 5 chaperones and we still did stupid stuff. I don't understand why they thought this little tiny lady was going to be able to take care of all these kids. Lizzie and her mom share a really sweet hug before she leaves for Rome, but not before she sees Kate, who wasn't supposed to be going on the trip but is now going on the trip. Cue montage of Lizzie and Gordo on the plane to Rome. There's a lot of montages in this movie. That's not even the last one. Miss Ungermeyer then tells the kids that she is so smart and no one's going to be able to pull a fast one on her. And she has the help of the assistant manager who speaks no English. Miss Ungermeyer has been on Gordo's case this entire time. He calls him a spineless jellyfish and brown noser, which is like, he's just trying to get into a good college and he heard that you have the pull. He's just a kid. What do you expect? Anyway, important info. Gordo is rooming with Ethan Kraft and Lizzie is rooming with Kate. Gordo pulls Lizzie into the staircase and they go up the stairs and to the roof and they talk about how they're going to have this great adventure in Rome. They go to the Trevi Fountain and Lizzie's like, make a wish, Gordo. And Gordo's like, I'm in Rome with my best friend. What else can I want? Which like, oh. Lizzie's like, ha, okay, I'm gonna make a wish. So she makes her wish and immediately she meets our main love interest, Paolo Valisari. Gordo then wishes he had made the wish to not be cucked immediately, but they go on. So this guy is following them now. He's telling Lizzie that she looks like her friend Isabella. A couple of his fans even come up thinking that she is Isabella. Paolo asks to see Lizzie again, and at first she's like, no, I'm with my school. I can't do that. Obviously. Then he says something along the lines of, oh, I'm sorry. I thought people came to Rome to have adventures. Like, ew, manipulator. Gordo, being the good friend he is like, no, you should totally meet him at the Trevi Fountain tomorrow and go have an adventure. The crazy thing is, Miss Ungermeyer sees this happening and isn't that concerned, to be honest. Lizzie then goes back to the hotel and she's listening to Paolo and Isabella's music and she's like, this is great. If you're not emo, you're emo, Gordo. Then Gordo's like, Lizzie, your hair smells nice. Okay. So she pretends to be sick the next day and Miss Ungermeyer buys it. It's also revealed that the video that Matt made it to CNN. Remember that. So she meets Paolo at the Trevi Fountain the next day. He takes Lizzie on a little scooter ride around Rome and you start wondering, how old is this kid? He is 17 and Lizzie is about 14.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
I know that's not actually that weird. I'm 3 years older than my girlfriend, but he would almost be graduating at this point and she's just entering high school. He is a famous singer and she's just a normal girl. There's a power imbalance. She asks him who the man that keeps following them is, and it's apparently his bodyguard. And Paolo says that she will always be safe with him and Sergei. You really just want to yell, run, Lizzie, you're not safe with this kid. But anyway, she almost gets caught by Miss Ungermeyer, but Gordo distracts her and Lizzie gets away. She's strolling the streets and talking to Paolo, and he's explaining what happened with Isabella. He says he loves her like a sister now, ew, and things are complicated. All red flags, but Lizzie couldn't have known this because she's an 8th grader. He says that he wanted to do more serious music and Isabella didn't want to do that, so she freaked out and went to go forget about all of this on an island somewhere. He explains that they were supposed to present an award at an award show, but now Isabella is refusing to appear and the record label is threatening to sue. He's not worried because he writes the music and they're not going to sue him. But he says that Isabella lip syncs. So if she doesn't perform, she's in big trouble. So, of course, he poses the idea of Lizzie acting as Isabella for the night of the award show, putting all this pressure on a 13 to 14-year-old to save his ex-girlfriend's career. And since she's so young, she's like, of course, anything for you, Paolo. She likes Paolo and she's under the impression that Paolo likes her too. She sneaks back into the hotel without Miss Ungermeyer noticing, and then she tells Gordo everything. Ethan kind of brings up the idea that maybe Gordo likes Lizzie as more than a friend, and he's like, no, that's impossible. You're crazy, you're stupid, I don't even want to talk to you anymore. Back to the US, Matt sees the article about Lizzie in the tabloids, and sees that she's acting as Isabella, and Melina gets the idea, sell all of Lizzie's embarrassing moments to the Italian tabloids. In Rome, Lizzie is missing out on her class trip to be with Paolo and go shopping in this Italian shopping district to get an outfit for the award show. Gordo, who is on the trip with his class, sees this Italian tabloid with Lizzie in it, and he asks these two girls to translate it for him. Cue montage of Lizzie getting a makeover and wearing all of these cute little outfits. Sorry if I look different or the lighting looks different. My camera died and I don't have a second battery, so I had to film this the next day. I will say all the montages that they use in this are very cute. Like I know that they're a little bit overdone, but in the end, I like them all. If you're coming here for really in-depth film critiques, don't. Anyway, she signs autographs with Paolo, and she signs one, Lizzie, and then she crosses it out and signs it Isabella, which I think is really funny. She makes it back to the hotel with the help of Sergey and Paolo. Remember this, Sergey was helping them, so he knew that she was not supposed to be doing all this. Kate isn't done though. She sees Lizzie and sees that her nails are done and her hair is done and she looks like 10 times better than she did before. She doesn't rat out Lizzie, but she tells Lizzie to tell her everything, and she does for some reason. And Kate ends up agreeing not to say anything. I don't know why she's being nice all of a sudden. It doesn't really match with her character in the show, but okay. Then Gordo comes and tells Lizzie what he found out from the Italian tabloids, which is that they are supposed to be singing at the award show. What? Lizzie is confused, but she's like, well, maybe they scheduled it last minute. Like, she's making up excuses for this man. And Gordo points out that these things are planned months in advance, and he's right. Lizzie is still making excuses, and Gordo leaves pissed off because of Lizzie being a bitch. She doesn't really believe him. Back at home, Matt comes up with an elaborate plan to get his parents to go to Rome. He basically just ends up saying that he misses her and that is enough. Kate covers for Lizzie this time and she goes out with Paolo. So she asks Paolo about the singing thing and he basically says that yes, they're supposed to sing at the award show. He had originally told the record company that Isabella had lost her voice. But when they heard Lizzie speak, they figured they would still be performing at the award show. So now the record company is threatening to sue Isabella if she doesn't sing. Anyway, he takes her to the Tivoli Gardens, and they have a romantic excursion, which is gross because of the power dynamic that they have going on. He's an older pop star, and she's a younger girl, so it's weird. Lizzie is hesitant, but Paolo promises to never let her be embarrassed.
Here's my vow to you. I, Paolo Valisari, will never let you, Lizzie McGuire, be embarrassed.
And she believes him because she's an easily influenced young girl. Matt and his parents are on a plane now, and he sees that Matt has a picture of Lizzie and Paolo. So he asks Matt what's going on, and he tells him everything. Miss Ungermeyer is about to leave, but she forgets to give Lizzie her apricots. So she tries to go back, but Gordo covers for Lizzie again by saying that it is him that has been sneaking out. And that's actually what's been happening. It's not Lizzie, it's him. He thinks everything is going to be fine. Miss Ungermeyer sends him home. Back to Lizzie and Paolo. He takes her to a rehearsal hall so they can rehearse. And he tells her to lip sync. And he's not happy with the way that she's lip syncing. So he tells her to sing with the track. Keep that in mind. Cue montage of them dancing. Then Lizzie comes back all excited to tell Gordo and Kate what happened. And Kate has to break the news that Gordo got sent home. She tries to see if she can call the plane before it leaves. I don't know what that's gonna do, but it doesn't work. And she's all sad about it. She says that she's gonna turn herself in, but then Kate tells her that if she turns herself in, then what Gordo did was for nothing. Gordo wasn't on the plane though. No. He actually saw the real Isabella before leaving the airport, and so he tells her everything. So Lizzie goes to the music awards, and her parents make it to the hotel, and they realize that Lizzie is not there. Miss Ungermeyer then convinces Ethan to tell them where she is. At the music awards, Lizzie is like, "Paolo, I'm nervous." And he's like, "You shine like the light from the sun." And then Gordo shows up and reveals that Paolo has been setting up Lizzie this whole time.
Paolo is setting you up.
What are you talking about? Actually, he's setting me up.
That whole story about Paolo doing his own music and going solo, that's Isabella. She's the one that sings live.
See, Paolo is the one that lip syncs, not me.
Isabella is the one that wants to quit the act. Paolo is just a liar.
She doesn't believe Gordo or Isabella because she's too far into it with this guy.
I don't believe you.
And then Isabella tells her, "Are you going to believe this guy that you've known your whole life, Gordo? Or this guy who says, you shine like the light from the sun?" This makes it click for Lizzie, and she decides she's going to help Isabella by doing the act.
Change your clothes and go there and do what you wear, okay? Everything will be fine. I promise. I have a plan. What plan?
So what's the plan?
I don't know.
Meanwhile, Lizzie's parents and classmates break into the concert. Then Isabella confirms that Paolo did not bring a track for her, and he said that she was gonna sing live. So Isabella gets them to turn down Lizzie's mic and to turn off Paolo's track, thoroughly embarrassing this asshole in front of live TV. Girl power. Then, even more girl power, Isabella introduces Lizzie and tells everyone what Paolo did. She then lets Lizzie have the concert of her and everyone else's life. A concert that to this day looks so magical, it makes me believe that I could do anything myself. Sergey is like, "How dare you do that to Lizzie? And how dare you let him do that to Lizzie? You literally knew about everything that was going on. You helped her sneak out. That was already wrong. There's no way he didn't know. I'm sorry." Anyway, Lizzie kills it. And then we're back at the hotel where paparazzi is being paparazzi. Then Lizzie's parents tell her that she's grounded for the rest of the summer, which I don't even think is long enough. What she did was so dangerous. Like, if this wasn't a Disney movie, this guy definitely would have been a psycho killer. Matt tries to sell the embarrassing footage of Lizzie, and the assistant manager chucks it in the fountain. Then Lizzie and Gordo kiss. Yay, the end. And that's the Lizzie McGuire movie. And as a huge fan of Hilary Duff and her songs and her music and her movies, I definitely feel like even though there's problems and flaws about this movie, obviously, it's still just as magical for me. My theory is that the wheels started turning way sooner for Paolo than we actually see in the movie. We know that her embarrassing graduation made it to CNN. Is it possible that Paolo saw that and thought, wow, that little girl looks a lot like Isabella? Wouldn't it be crazy if she came to Rome And then she actually did. And then he made this elaborate plan. He used the fact that Lizzie was already clumsy to his advantage. He was banking on the fact that Lizzie would do something embarrassing like she did at graduation. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video and I hope you guys like my hat. This movie was one of my favorites as a kid. If you guys would like to see something like a deep dive on 2000s celebrities, I was thinking maybe of doing one on Hilary Duff. If that sounds interesting to you guys, please let me know. Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next week. And remember to comment below what series or movie you would like me to cover next. Bye!